I'm so excited to do this one because this is my favorite show on TV. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to name some of your castmates, and I want you to tell me something sweet and something shady about them. And don't hold back on the tea, all right, Ninja?
All right, here we go.
All right, let's start off with Rogan.
Rogan. Sweet. He's a sweet talker, which I guess, that's a compliment in itself. But for those muscles, I don't know how much it is for just pure gym stuff. He has some help with that.
Interesting. So that's your something shady. Okay, what about Josh?
Josh, he, if he gets on his good side, he is a huge sweetheart. But, his negative thing is that people think he's too emotional. It kind of is. But at the same time, it's what makes him really passionate. But if you're hanging out with Josh, you had to bring your tissues with you.
And someone you guys have been gunning for all season, how about Jordan?
Jordan. He is a great teammate. He knows how to strategize, and he'll win it with you, for you. But damn, I do not take his kind of like words of encouragement. He's kind of those people at the gym be like, come on, you piece of trash. You're worth nothing. Work harder.
Who do you think is the best like motivator? Like if you had to partner with anyone on War of the Worlds right now, who would it be?
It would be between, I got lucky because I partnered with him, it'd be Paulie and Turbo, because they have the right amount of aggression to push you further, but at the same time know when you need like help and know when it needs to be a little bit quieter, but they will push you to the ends of the earth.
They're aggressive gentlemen, I would like to say.
Aggressive gentlemen, that's for sure.
What about, I mean, you did flip out on Turbo a little bit, even though we did win the challenge for you last season. I can't, let's not forget that, but he is a good partner. He is a good partner. What about Tori?
Tori, she's the one that has like the purest heart and has like really good intention. But when you push her against the wall, she turns into a beast. The negative thing for me, it's negative. I'm like, how could you stay with someone who, is like who like talks down to people? But then again, I feel like Tori is that kind of person that like loves to help people find their fullest potential in the sense that for being a good person. So her being with Jordan, I think it's something really I wouldn't do, but it's beautiful for them.
Would you rather date Jordan or Rogan?
Oh, God, that's a hard one. Maybe if I could be at like those relationships where like I just spend majority of my time of the year traveling, I'd marry Rogan, and then I'll marry Rogan.
Wow, okay, I wasn't expecting that. All right. But let's go back to the game. What about CT or Pops, as you guys like to say?
Pops. Pops is a legend. It's one of those, when you see his history from Real World and Challenge, he has so much aggression. He fights a lot, but for some reason, you just want to root for him all the time. And in the negative bit of it, he's going to play the game for himself. So even though he may say like, you could trust me. You could probably trust him one day, but you don't know if you could trust him tomorrow.
What about Paulie?
Paulie. Paulie, he is a great partner. He like has a really good ability of knowing your strengths and your weaknesses to help you through your weaknesses. But at the same time, his aggression could get the better of him in the sense that if someone probes him, he's easily probable. So like if someone pushes him against the wall, he has to fight to defend himself. Sometimes too much.
Do you think Paulie and Cara Maria are a good match for each other?
I haven't known Cara before War of the Worlds 1, but knowing her from this season, she really needs a partner like Paulie right now, because I feel like Paulie really does kind of like help her and remind her that she has all this potential that she still needs to unleash. And I think Cara's kind of still holding it back just from, all these challenges and all this stress, but Paulie's there to kind of help her out.
So maybe they make a good match. Maybe they make a good match.
It's a weird match for the normal people. Like it's not everyone's cup of tea, but for them, it's a good match.
They get each other.
Exactly.
What about Zack?
Zack. I never liked Zack, especially from season 1, just because. I mean, we're just two completely opposite people, where I always like try to find the best in people. He always tries to find the worst in people. And I don't think that we never really got along. We got one conversation of like him apologizing to me, what I really appreciated, but it seemed really empty because for the rest of the season, he just called me trash to my face.
That is correct, he did. Although he's a strong competitor when it comes to performing, how do you think you would have fared with him as a partner all season if that was forced upon you?
If he was my partner, I still feel like Zach would give it his 1000%, but he will complain the whole way. So it's like an interesting mix. He is a very strong player. He'll push it out, but like he just won't be nice. Which I mean, I'm used to it now, so it's like that's what I asked for being on the challenge.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of the strongest competitors this season, unlike previous seasons, have really been eliminated early on or have gone in,
Right.
to challenge really quickly. Who do you think is the biggest layup this season?
The biggest layup this season. Currently, that's still here right now?
Yeah.
Hmm. Even though Kaylee was in my alliance, I think she did a very good job of preparing herself to have these powerful alliances. Joss was her is like they were together, they're best friends, and Cam, they're best friends. So even though Kaylee may not seem like she punches it out, she is still strong, but she kind of like shaves underneath the radar. And it's actually impressive that she got up to the game up to this point.
And this season, more than other seasons, has really like set a precedent for strength in numbers, I would say, and that's how the alliances are really playing out. But because your alliance is so massive, especially with the numbers dwindling week to week, you're kind of creating underdogs out of everyone else. Did you ever think that you were going to create an underdog out of like Tori and Jordan?
I know. It's I mean, the whole plan, it's like one of our main plans, we always have XYZ and each one of us give our own bits and scenarios being in this alliance, which that's why I love this alliance because there's not one leader. Everyone has their 2 cents. Also because we all have our different person on the other side. D is my perspective. Cam has Kaylee, and Paulie has his bros. So having that kind of dynamic, it was really interesting to kind of like play both sides.
Before I let you go, I have to ask, because I know, I said Zach's been on your all weekend, but you did choose him to be in the tribunal. Why? Is it a matter of keeping your enemies sort of close, or did you want to make that bond even closer? Like, what was going on there?
There was always a constant battle of Zack saying like the team of layups, the team of layups. But honestly, Zack was the only one out of the other Lions on our squad compared to Josh that would still work with us. We're still having conversations about the final and stuff like that. But yet Josh the whole time just like keeps going with his negativity and berating, be like, oh, like Harris Colt and this XYZ. Whereas Zack was a little more quiet and he actually like talked to us about strategy of the game and the finals and the current challenges.
Well, Ninja, thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
We're rooting for you. Be sure to watch the Challenge War of the Worlds 2 Wednesday nights at 9/8 Central on MTV.